talks classic rock. Q1043.
All right, thanks, Jim. We're talking today with all pro defensive lineman, team captain, and all around beast, Quinnen Williams. How you doing, Quinnen?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing just great. It's good to talk to you this morning. Sunday was rough. The result, as a team, not what we wanted, but you had a pretty great game. 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Did you know you are now eighth on the all-time Jets list? That is some
Uh, no, I didn't know,
that
man.
is some rare air for an interior lineman. Like the other guys on that list are like Gastineau and John Abraham, and there you are. How does that feel?
It feel good, man. But I've just been focused on trying to win football games, man.
Sure.
That's the biggest thing, man. I feel even better winning games. And that's just kind of my main goal, my main thing right now. Just been focused on it. What can I do to be a problem solver? What can I do to help this team win football games? Like you said, because I was brought here in 2019 to be a game changer to help change this organization, man. And I got a big contract a couple of years back, man, to also continue that legacy to help change things around, man. So I take with great dignity and with great responsibility to help change this thing around. So that's all I kind of been focused on. So
That's cool. Well, you're holding it up already. Wonky stat geek alert. Are you ready? This is another one for you. This is a stat that's only been around for a few years. You have the highest QB pressure rate, top 5 seasons. You rank third. The other guys on the list, there's a guy named Chris Jones. You may have heard of him.
yeah.
And the other 3 guys in the top 5 are all named Aaron Donald. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all, man. That ain't bad at all. Those guys are phenomenal football players, game changers. Definitely do a lot of things in their game to help change football games. So that's why I kind of ascend to be and look up to be so.
That's very cool. Well, we saw you, throw 2 guys out of the way and go and stomp on a quarterback last weekend. Well, you do more of that, good things happen, right? You do
Definitely.
what you got to do, and good things happen.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
look, you win it as a team, you lose as a team. And a lot of fans are out there looking at the kicking game as an issue. And Greg the Leg, he's been great. He's missed a couple. How do you pick up your teammate? Like, do you say anything to a kicker? Do you leave him alone like a pitcher and a no hitter? Like, what do you do? How do you handle anything like that?
I kind of just be that positivity, man. Just be that guy, man, was just strictly positive. We all competitors, man. When we all do a bad job at something, when we all make mistakes at something, we all be hard on ourselves and be our worst critics. So, all I can do, man, is be that positive atmosphere, be that positive person. If somebody need advice from me, I give them on the 100% truth, 100% truth, honesty, and just make sure it's positive, make sure it's in the right direction to help this team win football games. If it's constructive criticism, make sure the constructive criticism is in a way to help this team win football games. So,
Cool. Well, hey, look, last week we talked to your brother Quincy,
mhm.
and I asked him this. I said, between the two of you, no one's looking. There's no parents around. No one can break it up. There's no rules. Who wins in a fight?
I think I think if you it depends on what kind of fight. Wrestling match,
Nope, no rules.
uh,
Whatever
no
it is,
rules.
dirt in the eyes.
Probably
I don't care.
yeah, probably me. I probably win. I'm bigger, stronger.
I know he said it
Uh,
was him 10 out of 10. He didn't even wait a second.
nah, it's
Who gets the
probably
last pork chop? Who's you know,
oh me for sure. Me for sure. I'm much bigger, much stronger. I weigh more. So
well, you and I have similar hair choices. Your brother not so much. Um, what do you think of his do? What do we even call that? I like the green touch, but what do we call it?
I don't know, man. I think it's just his thing, and it's funny because all the linebackers got that type of hairstyle. CJ
Yeah.
and Jamie and Sherwood got dreads also. So, I think it's just their thing, man. It's their BMF thing. So,
That's cool. He owns it. He definitely owns it.
yeah,
It looks good on him. On me, I don't think it looks so good, but
me
I
neither.
couldn't even grow it, so it doesn't really matter anymore. All right, Halloween tonight. When you were a kid, were you into trick-or-treating? Did you go out and do those things?
Nah, I wasn't too big in Halloween. I was one of those scary kids, that kid that was scared of everything and scared of a lot of stuff. So I kind of stayed in the house during
You were
Halloween.
scared.
Huh?
You were scared.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not a big Halloween fan. To this day, I'm not a big Halloween fan.
Oh man. All right. That's cool. But do you have a favorite candy?
Nah, I don't really eat candy. I never grew up eating candy, so I never
That's
had
what your
to.
brother said, but then he caved. He said, "Well, Reese's,
Yeah,
peanut butter."
he started to eat candy now, but I never had that. the I guess the urge to eat candy. So
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you two tips. All right. Butterfinger bar is the best candy. But you can get this one called the Charleston Chew, which is like a chewy thing covered in chocolate.
mhm.
Throw it in the freezer, and then you take it out of the freezer and you smash it on a table, and it
Yeah,
breaks up in a bunch of little chunks, and the individual chunks are like better than the whole bar. So there you go. There's your two tips for Halloween. These are
yeah.
pro tips from a guy who definitely loves his candy. All right, you're facing Houston tonight. CJ Stroud, he's been impressive. He's a guy, he was throwing a Garrett Wilson just a couple of years ago, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
doing really well there, and now he's doing well in the league. How do you stop CJ Stroud?
By affecting him, man, in the rush game, man. He's a phenomenal quarterback, amazing quarterback. I think a young guy who's one of the top, probably 10, top five quarterbacks in this league right now, especially taking a great team like Houston guy and making them better with when you add a guy like him. So it's gonna be a great challenge, man. A guy who can get the ball out extremely fast, a guy who can make the accurate throws on either hash mark of the sidelines and different things like that. So affecting him in our pass rush is gonna be a huge task and a huge obstacle this week, especially as the defensive line. So
Excellent. Hey, so you got Will McDonald's going to town, and now you add Hassan Reddick to this team. Finally, in there, you only had a couple days with them before New England, a couple more days now before Houston. How's that going? You
Having those two guys, man, especially Will McDonald, the jump that he's has and the things that he's taken in consideration to do this year, man, has been unbelievable. Then you got a guy like Hassan, man, who was phenomenal last week in the pass rush game, man. That only had 2 days of practice and probably 1 day of real practice and to see him come to himself, knock the rust off, and to be another edge rusher, game changer in the pass game is going to be phenomenal and unbelievable to have. So.
excellent. All right. Well, look, good luck tonight. Go get them. We're gonna get that W. It's gonna happen. You guys keep doing the things you're doing. It's gonna work out, and you can only play the games in front of you, not the games behind you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Quinn, and thanks for spending some time with us. This is Flight Plan on Q104.3, New York's Classic Rock, and the new home of the New York Jets.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.